Bagaki.
I'm an idiot.
I'm a stupid moron
with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt
smells, and I like to kiss my own
butt.
I'm an idiot.
Bagaki.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Nathan Oakley did to his marriage. I mean, would you want to stay married to that? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you've had a good week, because I have. I took the week off just because, you know, I spend my life dealing with flat earthers, and, you know, that takes a toll on your mental health and, you know, your general sanity. So every now and then I need to retreat to the Batcave to, you know, get some of my brain power back. And that's why today I thought it would be a good idea to bring along some help to go over this particular video, because, guys, we're covering Nathan Oakley. I brought backup. It's the triggered Limey.
Hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for having me here.
I'm so glad that you could join, because you know what? There's frankly no way that I could do this on my own.
Well,
I've got my sick bucket down here. Did you bring your vomit bucket with you? Because, you know, we're going to be listening to Oakley.
I'm lucky I'm in a tiny room. I'm just going to vomit straight out the window. But yeah, I don't know whether to thank you for inviting me on or consider it as a declaration of war.
Yeah. Hey, come over and listen to Oakley. Do you fucking hate me or something? And I just see a super chat has just come in. £2 from the amazing Dave McKeegan that says we're going to need a bigger bucket. Dave, you're right. And we're actually going over Nathan Oakley covering one of your videos tonight. It's a Flat Earth debate, what is it? 1928. So let's say not a debate at all. And it's where he covered Dave McKeegan's videos about triangles and thinks that Dave McKeegan doesn't understand triangles. This is the guy that genuinely thinks that he has debunked the geometric concept of a tangent. Triggered. I mean,
Yeah, I know. It. I don't know. It scares me. The man that doesn't know how to convert meters into kilometers thinks that he's smart enough to even be allowed to have an opinion on the shape of the Earth.
yeah.
He shouldn't. I don't know. I feel sorry for anyone that knows him, and even the air that has to enter his lungs to keep him alive. It's a sad thing. It makes me weak.
So recently Oakley has started picking on me again, you know, because his channel gets no views, so he needs to bring up my name every now and then to help. Mm-hmm. And he did a video which was covering a news article about me. The news article was specifically talking about when I beat the living hell out of my neighbor because he stole my wife's bike and then came in my house and threatened me. And he's done a video covering the news article like, haha, I've got FTFE. Look, he's a horrible, he's a violent man. The thing is, you know, I covered this on my channel 6 months ago. So why does he think this would be a problem for me?
Oh no, I don't know. It's I don't know. I think again it comes down to ego, doesn't it? Is like I think they all seem to think that they can somehow get under our skin or I don't know, make us question reality and stuff. But no, it's I don't know. It's
he's calling me a chav because I had a fight in the street, right, outside my house with something that was because of severe provocation, and the result of it was I got a £400 fine, and the judge went naughty, naughty, but I understand why you did it, right? And I think that's a relatively normal thing to happen in someone's life, is that they have a fight and they get told off by the courts, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a hardened criminal or anything, but the funny thing is that Oakley's trying to take the moral high ground when, let's remind everybody, this is the guy that slapped his child so hard on stream that they screamed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was the slap heard around the world.
Yeah. I think I've still got the sound recording somewhere. I've played it before, because it's truly disgusting.
It's horrible. And he tried to deny it, but it's clear what happens. You hear the kid going in, "Oi, don't touch that, leave that alone." And then you hear rustling, then you hear smack, then you hear, "Wah!" Yeah. Then you hear him trying to be like, "Oh, no, don't do that." You clearly just smacked your child because he touched your tablet during a stream, Yeah. And then I find out that he used to work for a place called Cord Electronics. In fact, that's what he first did on YouTube, was going over electronics stuff, the place where he worked. He lost his job at Cord Electronics for fighting with his manager in the store in front of customers.
He's a nutter. He's a true nutter.
Oh, Proto34 says, can you play that recording? Honestly, no. I don't want to play the recording of a child getting hit on my channel. There's lots of places that have shown it. You can easily find it on YouTube, but it's something that I find completely disgusting, to make a little 2-3-year-old kid cry because they touched your ooh, yeah, and then he tries to have a go at me for literally defending my family. It's hilarious. So anyway, let's poke Nathan Oakley some more, because I don't know if Oakley knows this, but Wolfie6020 basically makes Oakley work for me. Every time Oakley mentions my name in a video, Wolfie pays me $50. So
all right, well, I need a deal like that. That's brilliant.
So let's try and get Oakley to mention me as much as possible. All right.
Yeah. Is that on a per name basis?
Oh, it's per video. If there's a video that's got me as the subject, he'll pay me. So if any videos come of this, I'll give you half of it triggered. Okay.
Yeah. Let me know. Good.
A few super chats already just before we start. I've got David Lee for £2. David Lee, actually, this is his very, very first super chat. So I think we need to celebrate that. For giving me a super chat. I really do appreciate you popping your super chat cherry with FTFE. £2, he says, first ever super chat, just saying hi. Thank you very much. Then Jiffy Jiffold actually gifts me 10 memberships. Jiffy, you are amazing. Are you kidding me? Who's been a member for 18 months says, be sipping on Red Bull while watching Natalie cry. Icy Spin for $1.99 says, a Saturday slaughter. Good seeing you, Craig. Good seeing you, my friend. And Terra Dickoff, member for 19 months, hey Tomato, says, Flerfs would believe in round earth if it was flat. Dave McKeegan for £2 says we're going to need a bigger bucket. And Slivery, who's been a member for 4 months, says Fungus is more intelligent than Oakley. Yeah, that reminds me, make sure you vote in the poll. Very, very important. But anyway, are you ready, Triggered?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Everyone take a deep breath. We're about to hear Nathan Oakley talk, which, I never knew a voice could be punchable, but here we are. I just want to point out at the beginning here, right? I said this before the stream, but this particular thing, this just looks like a Google page from 1998. It's like a large collection of stupid.
It's,
and in fact,
it's a cult. Bring your, touched in the head kid to work day.
And they've still got Ranty in there. They should probably take Ranty out. That's the day when he got chemtrail burns.
Oof.
I never saw so much dumb in one picture.
It is scary. It should, I don't know, it probably broke some world record,
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised there's not a black hole from this picture, to be quite honest. I don't know because I don't watch Oakley, but does he still do the housekeeping at the start? Let's find out.
I think he does, yeah. I'm still waiting, part of the housekeeping and everything is consistently saying that they debunked the R value. I'm waiting to see how, though. I've never heard him actually explain that.
Oh my God, straight away. Any evidence of the distance to the sun? I mean, yes, there's lots of evidence, Nathan. There is an incredibly large amount of evidence of the distance to the sun. I mean, so much.
You could, check out Red's Rhetoric and Astronomy Live. They've actually shown how you can calculate stuff like that. So it's
The statement evidence anyway is not asking for like proof. He's just saying, is there any evidence? And yeah, there's loads of evidence. We've had evidence since we measured the distance to the sun using the parallax of Venus or Mercury going across the sun. And yes, that did come with the assumption that Venus was roughly the same size of Earth, but turns out that was a pretty good assumption. So there's some evidence of the distance to the sun. There's the radar measurements of the sun, actual radar measurements made in 1969, I believe. So bounce radar off of the sun, get back. We all know that radar works. It's a way that is used to test the speed of a lot of things and the distance of a lot of things. So we know that using radar to measure distance works. So yeah, there's a bit of evidence. NASA sent a probe to the sun. That's pretty good evidence. I know they will automatically dismiss it because it's NASA and, they have brain damage.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of, I remember because, you said how you have a new puppy now. And I know that, you like having pets. And I actually recently got one. His name is Oakley. And, as you can see, right here, I can't even work out the camera, but he's not exactly a good boy all the time. But I thought I'd introduce him to the chat. He's kind of shy, but
it's unfortunate that you got such an ugly pet. It really is.
Yeah, I know, but
just look at mine. My pet's gorgeous.
About hitting him with a stick.
Yeah, true. I would hit that with a stick. In fact, I would probably kill it with fire if I'm honest. Goodness me. Yeah, so that's a bad start. Any other evidence of the distance to the sun you can think of?
Well, I mean, can't we bounce signals off it? And
yeah, that's the radar. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. My meds have my memory loss at peak levels now, so I apologize if I say hello to members of my chat multiple times. So yeah, I apologize if I say stuff.
Captain Apache in the chat says that me and you should have a 4-head competition. My friend, these are 5 heads. Please get it right.
I call myself Galaxy Brain.
Yes.
Not that there's much brain in there, but there's plenty of space for one.
Yeah. So this is what you call being 40 and having a receding hairline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I take after my granddad and then my other granddad where I'm starting to sort of get a bald spot. So soon I'll just be shaving it all off.
Right, yes, Nathan Oakley, there is most definitely evidence of distance to the sun. So yeah, let's get to the next bit. I mean, this is going to be hard having to go over Oakley. It's going to be tough going, but
yeah. Well, yes, lots.
Any sign of axial rotation of the Earth-based variety?
Of the Earth-based variety.
What other variety can you have of axial rotation?
Right, we've got Foucault's pendulum. We've got blah blah blah. Oh God,
Bob.
But what did Bob Nodell make?
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees.
Exactly.
And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth.
Sorry, what was that you said then, Bob? Let's just hear that again.
We would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth.
I'm sorry, I just may have misheard that, Bob. If we could just get that once more, please.
We would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth.
That's what I thought you said.
One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000.
Whoopsie!
But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift. A 15 degree per hour drift.
Yeah, thanks for that, Bob. Rest in peace. You did a lot of good for the globe. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, again, there's other stuff like, because we've been able to determine, we've determined the rotation way before that, but now that we can sort of corroborate it with, again, Foucault's pendulum and the gyroscope, and then we can, sort of match that with how we experience the sun. Star trails are a pretty good signal as well. There's a lot, and this is what they don't seem to get. There are a lot of types of evidence that do not definitively say, but when you put them all together,
there's a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can do something as simple as build a gyro compass out of things in your house, and that will show you true north because of the rotation of the Earth. All of the things that we expect to happen because of the rotation of the Earth. And then Nathan Oakley will say something stupid like, "Oh, well, if the atmosphere moves with the Earth, then there's no Coriolis, no rotation." Well, but Nathan, that's not what we expect to happen. With Coriolis doesn't say the atmosphere should rotate differently to the Earth. So,
right. But it gets dragged along with the Earth, doesn't it? And then, again, and I mean, Coriolis can be demonstrated. Just looking at the way like storm patterns and stuff will move, either side of the equator. And, I actually watched a video, a long distance shooter, who shoots it was like 1,000 yards or something. He showed how the bullets, he did a straight east shot and a straight west shot at like 1,000 meters out. And clocking onto the center, and one of them was higher and slightly to one side, and the other was basically opposite.
Everything we expect to happen. I see Rachie in the chat. Hey Rachie, how you doing? And she's asking, can you show any evidence for the radar measurements? I'll just quickly do that for you, Rachie. So this is a paper from 1966, the Center for Space Research, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, radar studies of the sun. And this paper explains how they used radar to bounce it off of the sun and measure the distance to the sun.
The problem is, a lot of the time they will deny this stuff and say, well, you haven't done it yourself. But then even if, one of us in the community then comes up and, and has done it, they don't believe that either because they haven't done it themselves, really. But no flat earther will go out and do it. Same thing as, they could go out and do the bouncing the laser off of the reflectors on the moon, to show for themselves. But
they come up with many reasons why that's just not real. They deny the only thing. Yes, he's asking here: is there any evidence, any signs of axial rotation? Yes, Nathan. There is lots. What we observe with the stars at night is a sign of the axial rotation of Earth. That is what we expect to see. So, like you said, that is not a definitive proof of any kind, but it's a sign of axial rotation, whether he wants to agree it or not.
It just all works together.
Yeah. My God, we're 10 seconds into this, and there's so much stupid already. This is going to be fucking hard.
Yeah.
Well, there's this science called seismology.
Yeah, something that one particular PhD Tony is a doctor of, as it were. He has a PhD in it, and he's actually done a fantastic series showing how many aspects of seismology debunk flat Earth. And how
well, his particular PhD, his specific study of the PhD was actually in flat Earth seismic models, right?
Yeah, that's what his thesis was on?
That's what his thesis was. So it showed how you could model seismic activity on Earth over a certain distance if you assumed it was flat to kind of give you more accurate results when you're looking up close. But the problem is that it's only accurate up to like 140 kilometers, I think. After that, it's pretty much useless. Yes, Tony showed that you can model seismic activity on a flat Earth, but only if you ignore most of the data.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing about a molten iron core is that, we don't know exactly 100% what the inner workings of the Earth are, right? We've got some pretty good ideas. But, the things that we know are updated all the time as we get new data from new experiments, new seismic activity. We've just found out that there's a different layer between the inner and outer core that we didn't really know about before. So, yeah, there's a lot of evidence that the Earth has a molten inner core.
Yes.
But that's not something, we can't go and get a photo of that or anything, obviously.
No.
As flat earthers let us know all the time, we've only dug down, 10 kilometers or something because it's too hot and you can't do that.
Yep. I mean, we still don't know how, Godzilla survives down there. But eventually, with time, I think we'll find out.
Yeah. There was a documentary they did, I think in the late 90s, about a ship going down and restarting the core with a nuclear bomb. I'm sure it's a documentary. It might have been a movie. I'm not sure.
It's one of the two. But whatever it was, it's more scientifically sound than flat Earth.
Yeah. So, Nathan, though, we don't have any complete stone-cold flat Earth proof of exactly what is at the center of our Earth. We've never seen the molten iron core, but there's a lot of evidence and data to show us what is there. And that's what your question is. Any evidence of a molten iron core? Yes, there is lots of evidence, but you have to deny it. 15 seconds in, this is tough. Woo!
I would change that, again, because the question itself as well, with the at the center of a presupposed ball Earth, we don't ever I guess you could say we presuppose.
I mean,
when doing some setting up some hypotheses, but that's only because other observations and experiments have shown it to be a globe. So yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say we sometimes presuppose it for a particular thing because we're not going
because we've got the evidence that the Earth is a globe.
Yeah, exactly.
We know what the Earth is. So when we do experiments, we've already got the data that the Earth's a globe. So that's what we're going to go with as the start of an assumption. But that's also something they really don't understand about science in general. And that's you making an assumption in science isn't exactly a problem because you have to make in fact, it's fucking vital. You have to make an assumption of something. That's basically what your hypothesis is. You're assuming exactly. This is the answer to your observation.
Idea of what you think's going to happen, and that is an assumption,
Yeah, so
really,
there's so much misunderstanding in just that one little thing. I'm like, 15 seconds in. Let's see how far we can get.
No, it's already giving me a migraine.
Dave McKeegan says for £5, any evidence of a brain at the core of Nathan's head, since we've never drilled into that either. No, there certainly is no fucking evidence of that.
I'll happily drill into it if I ever meet him.
Oh god, it does mean touching him.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
although
you just gave me chills.
I did recently. I challenged Oakley to a 1v1 cage match fight. Even though I'm disabled and my left leg and left shoulder pretty much don't work, I will still happily get in the ring with him for charity. But he doesn't seem to have responded. He's quite happy to spend ages in the comments section calling my wife horrific names. At least my wife hasn't left me, Oakley. But he won't. In fact, I might just phone a gym near where he lives and ask them to set up a match and just turn up.
Yeah, it could do. But again, when it comes down to like slagging you off and slagging your missus off and stuff like that, that's again, it just shows that he's got nothing to bring to the table to argue with. Yeah. So he brings out the nastiness.
Icy Spin says, have we heard Oakley's voice yet? Well, I'm trying to delay that as much as possible, if I'm honest, but let's get on with it.
Yeah. I'm killing a big thing.
Any scientific evidence of gravity? I mean, how has he still got these at the beginning of his stream? Scientific evidence of gravity. There's literally... Gravity is the most empirically measured thing in science. Should we just list off some experiments? Limey's busy killing some kind of goblin in his
Yeah,
house.
sorry. My office is also my tiny bedroom, and there's a big dragonfly in, and it's or not dragonfly, daddy longlegs. It's dead now. So what about gravity?
He's asking if there's any scientific evidence of gravity. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, Cavendish experiment. Go.
Yep. Cavendish experiment. People have, done pendulum tests next to massive mountains.
Oh, you mean the Schehallien experiment? Yes.
That's the one. You can do little tests in microgravity as well, and see how mass attracts mass, and that's why you get little balls of fluid floating around. Or if you try to wring out a wet cloth, the water will come out a bit and just stay around it. Again, that's probably a little bit surface tension too. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff with gravity. In fact, we learn how to measure it when we're at school.
And Oakley must have missed that bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I know most flat earthers sort of clocked out for middle school and high school, but yeah.
So, I mean, right. So we've got Cavendish, we've got Schehallien, we've got Pound-Repko, we've got the Eddington experiment of 1919. We've got every single physics undergrad that's ever done a physics degree does the Cavendish experiment and personally measures gravity themselves and derives the universal gravitational constant. The evidence of gravity is that the hypothesis of gravity is that gravity creates a force that is proportional to the product of storm masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That is the hypothesis for gravity, right? And there is so much evidence of it. This is evidence of that. Because we know the weight of the world, whether you want to accept it or not, Oakley, we do know the weight of the world, and we know the weight of this, and we can calculate the forces between them, which makes that particular acceleration. We can calculate these things. We can measure gravity. We can test gravity. We can remove gravity by doing zero-G experiments and testing them theoretically. There's measurements of gravity on the microscopic scale using gold balls that are millimeter sizes. You got LIGO installations that are measuring gravitational waves, which is another hypothesis of gravity that came from Albert Einstein. There is so much evidence of gravity. If you want a large list of stuff, go to mctoon.net/G.
You can even, we can measure the difference in gravitational acceleration depending on your, your distance from the center of the Earth. Because that obviously changes if you go up in elevation.
There's a 0.3% change in gravitational acceleration between the equator and the poles because of that. Yeah,
wasn't there also, and again, my memory's terrible because of my meds, but was it Venus or Neptune or something that we used?
That was Uranus. Yeah.
That was it, Uranus?
Yeah. So
I knew where my anus was all the time.
We saw perturbations in the orbit of Uranus that didn't make sense using Kepler's laws of planetary motion and Newton's laws of gravitational attraction. So they did some maths and they went, well, it's doing this weird thing here. Now that would make sense if there was another planet about this big over here. So they looked in those places that the calculations said, and lo and behold, they found Neptune. Boom. That was evidence of gravity. And then we had the orbit of Mercury, which there was some things that didn't make sense, even using Newton's laws and stuff. But then Einstein came along with a lot of his explanations, and Einstein's explanations of gravity actually predicted the weird things happening to Mercury's orbit. More evidence of gravity. There's so much evidence of gravity. Scientific evidence of gravity, not that Oakley knows what science is. Oh my God.
It has to be taken into account for every time they launch a rocket or want to put something into orbit, doesn't it as well?
Yeah. You can't do anything in space without gravity. God, right. Let's oh my God, we're 20 seconds in. This is hard going. So much stupid.
It's going to take months to get through this.
And there we have it. The big straw man.
Yes.
Gas pressure without a container.
The problem here is that, again, they ignore the fact that we're not saying that you've got a high-pressure system next to the vacuum of space.
No.
Thanks to gravity, it is a gradient, and it gradually reduces until it equalizes with what we call space.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so
it just
there
gets
is
lower and
no-
lower and lower,
Yeah.
and space is an extremely low pressure system. So he's asking for gas pressure without a container, right? So right here in my room, right here where my hand is, there is a gas pressure. We could measure the pressure here, and it would be X, right? But then, if we were to measure the pressure here, and be accurate enough, we would actually measure it at slightly lower than X. So tell me, Nathan, where's the barrier between here and here? Because according to your understanding of how gas works, the pressure here should be rushing to fill the pressure here, which is lower than here. Technically, according to science, this is a vacuum to this. You know, it's a lower
I think
pressure.
that was explained with Flatzoid's gas behavior.
Yeah. So, no, we don't have gas pressure without a container because there is a container. The gas on Earth is reacting to forces like every bit of matter in the universe does. And those forces are mainly created by gravity. So, Nathan, stop being a fucking moron. I'm like less than 30 seconds into your video and I'm about to have an aneurysm. And, you know, any signs of Earth curvature, formerly known as geometric horizon?
Yes.
I don't know, Nathan. How about the fucking pictures from space?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a good one. Stuff going over the horizon.
Having a horizon in the first place.
So I have this question as well. And again, I haven't studied physics past high school, and I don't remember a lot of it. I'm actually retaking high school maths and physics at the moment because I want to refresh so I can start, learning some of the college level. But here's my thing, right? Now, if the Earth was flat, wouldn't we not ever see a crisp horizon? Wouldn't it?
100%.
It would gradually fade out.
Yeah. On the flat Earth, especially at sea, when you can take away the topography of the land, there is no reason at all that you would be able to have a clear, crisp horizon at a predictable distance away. That is equidistant 360 degrees around you. That can only happen on a curved surface. If the Earth was flat at sea, there's no reason why you wouldn't just be able to see forever into what would eventually just become a mist of the atmosphere, and there would not be a clear horizon. It would just be a faded line roughly in the distance. There's no reason you would have a horizon. So
and then of course you have the people that have circumnavigated the entire globe. If it wasn't curved, they wouldn't come back to where they started. Like they wouldn't be able to go round the whole thing.
The Vendée Globe race every 3 or 4 years, whenever it is, when they go down from France, down the coast of Africa, around Antarctica, and then back up the coast of South America, and then back to France. You couldn't do that if the Earth was flat. Yeah. Because that would involve sailing around the entire perimeter of the ice wall. Oh my God. I am sorry, but we're going to have to hear Oakley speak soon. Oh. The R value, any evidence? Yes, Nathan. The R value, as in the radius of Earth. Yes, there's lots of evidence. You can measure it easily. Surveyors do it all the time. Measurements from space. You just ignore it because you don't understand refraction because your parents used your soft spot as an ashtray.
The thing is, as well, there are so many different ways to, calculate the size and shape of the Earth, and from that you can, you can work out the R value, and all of these different ways give you the same answer, within a small error margin. You wouldn't get that if it wasn't a globe. You wouldn't be able to work that out.
It wouldn't. All the measurements wouldn't roughly show the same thing. It just wouldn't. It would not work like that in the fucking slightest. Yep. Okay, right. We're very close to the point of hearing him talk. So prepare yourselves. I know you said you don't need a sick bucket, but last chance, guys at home, get your sick buckets. His voice is about to come. Debate.
Last
Earth debate live.
There it.
Oh, scientific evidence that trolls exist.
What the hell is that? Is that a human?
That is the father of my pet.
Whew. Can you imagine looking in the mirror every morning?
Oh God, no.
Whew.
I mean, I don't advocate unaliving oneself, but
Careful.
yeah, you got to be careful with words, YouTube.
Rachie says, "Don't be mean."
Disclaimer: I'm not saying that he should do that, YouTube.
No.
This is satire.
And Rachie's like, "Don't be mean, FTFE." Hey, Rachie, go and read the things in to say about my wife. I'll be as mean as I want to this troll kind of creature.
Yep.
I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. And
waste your money.
PayPal, Patreon, crypto, and a thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth.
That's better.
If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream.
That's better.
Please also...
Alright, we're going to have to listen to Nathan Oakley.
Pause? If you do come on, please don't swear, because I don't want you using up all the words that are going to come out of my mouth. Is basically what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think there are any people that I've ever heard, just speak. And I swear a lot on my streams, because that's just, I don't know. I that's how I talk. I swear like a sailor. But
good
yeah,
man.
he outdoes me.
Right. So here we go.
So share the show on social media.
No,
Sharing
don't.
the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show on Facebook and Twitter. Now we are joined by Righteous
Craig,
Force, Brian's Logic.
James Hogarth says that volume-wise, we're about 3 times louder than
I am
Oakley.
just upping Oakley, which is something I really don't want to do, but,
Yeah.
Neil,
Sadly,
Refracted
I think we
Curvature,
need
Adam,
to.
and a whole bunch of people in Discord. So welcome, one
There we go.
and all.
Let's get it on!
Oh, here's his minions.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Welcome.
And wait, so this is what they class as banter, is it? Just a bit of silence and buongiorno, Master Nathan.
I mean, hey, if you want to say hi in a different language, that's completely fine. I use bonjour quite a lot. But yeah,
there's 6 of them there, and the patter's just shit, man. Come on.
Yeah,
This is a daily show that they've literally done nearly 2,000 of. They should have some kind of chemistry by now.
Yeah, they should be able to sort of bounce some jokes off each other instead of just, listening to one person speak a load of nonsense while they gently rub his balls to make him think like he's saying something factual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil said, I'm in the motherland, Neil. I'm in the motherland for you.
All right, don't get your flashbacks. No one's going to arrest you, Adam. It's all good.
Once you said buongiorno, I knew where you were.
Right. So we are now functioning, hopefully fully functioning, on Beast 2.0. This is the new updated Flat Earth debate computer, which will hopefully be nice and stable and cool for the next 2-3 years, maybe even longer. We shall see. If this computer fails on its ass in this next couple of days testing, we will know. But we are back after a few days off with a computer tech guy coming back and forth into this house, flat as the case may be, to make this computer rock and roll so I can ask these following questions that are extremely important that you all share so that everybody can hear about physical geometric spheroid horizons.
So on the screen it says al-Biruni debunked. When did that happen?
Oh, never.
Right.
What they should have there is al-Biruni misunderstood and strawmanned.
Yes, that would work a lot better.
Yeah. Don't tell me
Clearly
that
they don't know what the word debunked means.
No, but please don't tell me that they're about to go through those questions that were shown at the beginning.
Well, yeah, I think he does, doesn't he? I think
I don't know. Have they got to do their little affirmations to their they've got to do little affirmations to their master Nathan or something, have they?
Yeah, yeah. That's all it is. It's an affirmation echo chamber. It's just them sitting around, just like convincing each other that they're telling the truth. And that's the problem, because they don't have the willingness to learn. They never will.
Yeah, Brenda debates in the chat. It's like, Nathan needs this beast $3,000 PC to run audio next to a slideshow. Yeah, he's talking about how powerful his PC is, and this is his show, right? Look at it, right? Now, just for comparison, guys, right? My PC is probably about £2,000 worth, right? And I'm not exactly a tech guy or anything, but let's just compare this, right? Look at my stream, just compare it. Like, look at the fancy camera work I can do. Like, Triggered Limey, give us a big smile because we're going to zoom in on your face. Look, see? Seamless. Look at that. Lovely, right? Now, let's compare all of that to this. This is Nathan's show. His beast PC. Come on, Nathan. 2,000 fucking shows in, right? And you haven't figured out how to make it look good yet. Jesus Christ.
It's formerly known as Earthcurve. Any evidence thereof?
Oh.
Negative.
No, but just to come to the housekeeping question, the past week or so, I think the nonsense that we've been dealing with really highlights how powerful these housekeeping questions are.
Powerful? You think these housekeeping questions are powerful?
I mean, I think they do have some power, because with each one of those questions, a little piece of me died inside.
They think that those stupid ass questions that are answered so easily are powerful. The only way that they're powerful is because it makes us laugh so much that you don't understand the basic shit that debunks your nonsense. Fuck's sake, Adam Meakin, the guy talking, by the way, I just want to point out, is a literal predator. So, there is that.
Do you think we should come up with our own housekeeping questions, like any evidence of a cat rolling a ball of yarn off of the side of the flat earth?
Yes, yeah, totally. Any evidence of a magic sky daddy creating a magic dome?
Yes. Any evidence of Goku shooting out the sun every morning to get it?
Any evidence of a magic track?
What keeps the sun floating in the air?
Yeah, any evidence of the magic track that the sun and moon must travel along?
Right. And Dave McKeegan did a fantastic video showing, the insane journey, I think, that the moon, or was it the sun and moon?
The crazy thing, I think that video has actually just passed 1 million views for him.
Oh, wicked. Yeah, it deserves it. It deserves it. It made me want spaghetti. It was awesome.
Right, so let's find out why Adam Meakin thinks this is the housekeeping questions are powerful, shall we?
Oh, they're more relevant than worrying about ether or upward moving Earth. They're the ones that take the ball apart. I know we can have fun guessing the nature of reality, but these housekeeping questions are the one that got us here, and they're the ones that will keep continuing to destroy the world, because, as you'll see, they're unanswerable.
No, they're not! We just answered them!
Oh my God. Look, if I can kind of help explain, how they're answerable, and, I'm pretty thick.
You don't need to be smart to answer them.
Right. Exactly, my nephew is 12 now, and he can do a better job with this stuff than they can. Oh my God, so powerful.
I really can't watch Nathan's streams. Like, they're so difficult to watch. This is just so cringe, right? And I didn't realize that they are so held on to this R-value debunk nonsense, Black Swan stuff still, that is still, they think that has debunked the globe in any way, shape or form. When in fact, the Black Swan picture alone debunks the flat earth because there's still a fucking horizon in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually I got Can I share my screen for 2 seconds?
Yes, you can.
All right, give me 2 secs. Where did I put those? Because one of the things that they never seem to show very often.
Oh, and guys, thank you very much for the super chat and membership support. So obviously I'll read them out. We'll take a break in a minute and I'll read out what we've got so far. But you guys are amazing.
Yeah,
and also, could I ask a question? Could I ask a question of my mods? Could you please spam the link to Limey's channel so everyone can subscribe?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's at Triggered Limey. Where the hell did I put these pictures?
Not those pictures you showed me earlier, right? They're not safe.
Nah. I mean, you know, in the meantime, I guess we can, you know, there's Bev helping Riley out with his nipple.
Ooh,
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
And then we've also got Nathan Turtleson, who I'm quite proud of. All right, where the hell did
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
I have told you, Nathan, not appropriate.
All right, I'm gonna have to dig these pictures up. So
all right, let's carry on listening to some stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what are we? We're 3 minutes 41 in. This is hard going.
And how long is it?
There's 1 hour and 17 minutes. 1 hour 20 minutes. So you guys, this will not be just one stream.
No, we'll be done
next year sometime.
Yeah.
From a ball perspective.
Oh, they're in art cards.
Run over.
Any evidence that you can acquire an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline?
Still? Are they still doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Did they not learn in middle school how you can, you know, you can measure an angle from any surface?
Watch this. Look at this curved line, right? That is called a tangent, right? Look at this. I've just created an angle.
Ooh.
Oh, is there an angle measurement on top of this globe? Well, there most certainly is. Oh dear. The problem is that Nathan at some point during his childhood fell over in the road and an 18-wheeler went over his skull several times. And then for some reason, the driver of that truck reversed and did the same thing again. And this has obviously resulted in severe brain damage. So for some reason, Nathan thinks that the baseline that you measure with in celestial navigation is the surface of the Earth.
Yeah.
Which is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. Does he think that I can't just pick 2 points and find the angle between them? With not, you know, all I need is to have something that can measure how far apart these things are. I can take a sextant, right? And I can turn it sideways. And I can use that sextant to measure the angular separation between two objects in the distance. There's no base. Where's the surface? What am I, you know, the baseline, Nathan, is an imaginary line. And this actually comes from the quote you copy and paste to people about this. The baseline that the sailors use in celestial navigation when they take their sextant is an imaginary line between the sextant and the horizon. And that, Nathan, makes a tangent. See that? Tangent, Nathan. You cannot debunk the geometric concept of a tangent, you talking fucking chimp.
Okay. I've got it. Right, so sorry if you guys can hear when the train goes past. I'm not closing the window because it's hot. So this is what they always show, you know,
yes.
For their Black Swan argument. What they never show is how it looks most of the time.
Oh, what happened?
Okay.
Oh God, no! That platform's sinking.
Right. Exactly.
Oh God!
So
Someone get help!
This is what it looks like on a day with a lot less refraction. You know, so the atmosphere is not as thick. Now, you would think logically on a flat Earth, you should see further when it's a clearer day.
Yeah.
Not, you know, not, yeah. So the whole reason we see further when, you know, when there is more refraction is, again, it just works with the curve, you know.
Obviously some kind of water mountain in the way there, clearly, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, let's quickly catch up with the super chats and memberships, because you guys are amazing. Where did we get to last time? Slivery, member 4 months, says fungus is more intelligent. That's right, please vote in the poll. The great Gertrude Perkins, hello Gertrude, glad you are here. £10 says, I reported Nathan to Warwickshire County Council Child Protection Team, and I still have the videos. I hope Paula has left him and gets sole custody of the children. Nathan is a psychopath. So, yeah. And when people say that Nathan's a psychopath, it's not really wrong, because turns out Nathan's got a genuine diagnosis for narcissistic personality disorder.
Has he? Because it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
The thing is he gives psychopaths a bad name, really, you know?
Yeah. He gives trolls a bad name, for fuck's sake. Balthazar228 for $4.99 says, how can he slap? Well, this is a child. I mean, I guess he's got no problem. Come and slap me, Nathan. I fucking dare you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what a lot of people don't know is that, you know, his daughter was very polite and waited till his stream was finished, and then she brutally kicked his ass.
Yeah.
So,
you want to fucking try that again, Dad?
Exactly.
Richard Guyman for 5 CHFs says, stay safe, mentally speaking. Do not ever underestimate the damage that a long exposure to Flerfs can do to rational brains. Yeah, I know. It's hard, trust me. I have taken a little break from actual debates at the moment while I prepare some stuff. So, yeah, I need it. Bill Tetley,
you've got to look after your mental health, you know.
Bill, he's been member for 2 months. And Bill, please look out the post. There will be something coming for you very soon. Hey Nathan, what's your obsession with men's wedding veg in other men's mouths? If you need to feel free to come out of the closet, yeah. So, you know that I debated Oakley, right? I went to his channel. Well, I say debate. I went over there to troll him as much as I fucking could. I was doing a 40-hour stream for my 40,000 subs. And I decided to go over there during one of his shows and just trigger him as much as possible, which turned out to be easier than I anticipated. I was there for 47 minutes, right? In that 47 minutes... how many times do you think he said he'd put his balls in my mouth?
Oh, 47 minutes? So yeah. I'm going to go with 94.
No, not quite. It was 37 times in 47 minutes.
No, seriously?
Yep. Interesting.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Balthazar 22849.
He's definitely got a particular kink, doesn't he?
Yeah. I would love to cage match him, and let's see how that goes. Balthazar 2284999 says the only distance Nathan Oakley has to the sun is 0 from his hand. Oofed! Bill Tetley, $5. Not much brain in there. Understatement of the year, Nate. You're nowhere near a galaxy brain. I think negative brain is more appropriate. Yeah, no. Negative brain, definitely for Oakley. Eclipse Chris, £5 says, if they think everyone is lying to hide resources, yet they say there are resources on the moon, surely would say nothing. They just think the moon's like, you know, some kind of light. You know, Oakley makes no claims about the moon, apparently. Although he's made lots of claims about the moon. Icy Spin 499 says, by the way, excellent seamless transition with that bob short. I always notice it and appreciate the attention to detail. That is vMix. It's an amazing software, but it costs about £1,000. Alright, so we're Icy Spin. We'll get back to the super chats in a bit, but let's do some more stupid. Guys, remember Nathan Oakley will be talking. I've chipmunked it as much as possible.
Can I give an answer to the last question?
Yeah, go ahead, if you want to.
There can't be evidence of Earth cause, because even if they got a measurement that fit their globe, they'd have to be breathing on that day.
They
what? That, which would not fit their globe.
Sorry, they would have to be what, did he say?
I don't know. I thought he said breathing, but, you know, I don't know. I struggled with that.
Earth baseline.
Can I give an answer to the last question?
Yeah, go ahead, if you want to.
There can't be evidence of Earth cause, because even if they got a measurement that
fit their globe, they'd have to be breeding on that day.
They'd have to be breeding on that day. What the fuck is he on about?
I've got no idea.
Guys, are we hearing this right? Just one more time, right?
Because even if they got a measurement that fit their globe, they'd have to be breeding on that day.
It's either breeding or breathing.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it might be breathing, but I don't know what the hell.
What? Right, let's see what he says.
To do that, which would not fit our globe and our model.
Right on.
So no matter what they come up with, they can't.
Gas pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
what is it? No Atmo Day?
So we're either unable to breathe on the globe or unable to, sire offspring.
I see. I see his point. Right. He's saying that it's impossible to take a measurement because there's an atmosphere which will change the path of light, etc. Obviously, they refuse to say the word atmosphere and have to change it to atmo to feed their cult narrative.
Right.
But that's the thing, is that we understand how refraction works. It's been quantified for hundreds of years.
Travels. We understand refraction. We've mapped out all this. We've got a model. We understand how it works. So we're actually very good, for example, of working out where the geometric horizon is. Again, there's a lot of things you can do with things that you can't see once you understand stuff. For example, I don't need to see the bone in Nathan Oakley's arm. It just takes a bit of pressure, and So,
excuse me.
You
Sorry.
okay?
Yeah.
Try not to choke to death, because if you do, I'll have to reroute all of the PayPals to me.
I swallowed the fucking juice wrong.
It happens. It happens. You listen to enough derp, and you can easily forget how to breathe. There should be, I don't know, some sort of health warning.
I really should give more of those health warnings at the beginning of my streams, But yeah, so apparently we can't take any measurements because there's an atmosphere, guys. So according to Brian's logic, the creator of the Sky Miles, if we're able to breathe, then we can't take measurements of Earth's radius.
Which means
just give me 1 sec, would you?
Yeah, no problem. Because you can also breathe on a flat Earth, chat. Clearly, we can't take measurements on that either. Okay, how's your head?
Yeah, no, I've just face desked. It was needed. There's now a hole in my desk. Fuck's sake, Brian. We can't take measurements if we can breathe. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. They really don't understand, because there's always, technically you hold your hand out and it's not exactly where you see it,
Yeah.
It's
there's refraction.
Or whatever it is.
It's coming through a medium of varying density. Your body creates heat, which will affect the refractive index of the air around you compared to away from you. Yeah, the difference is going to be tiny, minute, but refraction happens, but we understand it.
Exactly. So, ladies, I'm not lying when I say it's bigger than it looks.
That's not refraction, unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, well, that hurt. Well done, Brian. That's currently the winner for the dumbest statement of the day. We can't take measurements if we can breathe.
It would have to be within their claims for them to get the measurement that fits their globe. So even if they did come up with it, that also debunks them, because they'd have to be breathing to do that.
Fucking hell.
True. But any evidence you can acquire an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline?
Yeah.
I still haven't heard back from Neil deGrasse Tyson, so I would say no.
Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't waste his breath talking to you. In fact, I actually asked Neil deGrasse Tyson if he would talk to you at the recent breakdancing competition on the moon. Did you get your invitation this year, Limey?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I think they're scared that I'll win,
I know. I've tried to get you on the ballot for maybe next year, okay? The problem is that Bill Nye's
I have to work my way up through the NASA ranks. I'm still quite, I'm still an intern.
Bill Nye's got this kind of like tenure thing. So even though he's completely fucking useless, and we just get him to clean the toilets and stuff, we still can't fire him, and so there's not space for you to come in yet.
Yeah. Oh well. I'll get there.
I'll try and maybe I'll sneak you in next year as a +1. We'll see. But anyway,
I'm thinking that the current video I'm working on is going to get me promoted. It's going to be I'll
speak to Betty at HR for you. No worries. But so when we were up there doing the recent breakdancing competition, I asked Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then he had some kind of cardiac attack from laughing too much. So I just don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson wants to talk to the flat earthers.
Yeah, it's the same as the whole, well, why don't they, all they need to do is set up a camera on the moon to look at the Earth, or, all this stuff. Like, do they really think that space agencies care that some people believe in a flat Earth? And also,
here's the thing.
Why do you need to see the Earth from the moon? You can look at a live stream from the Himawari.
But if we did that, if we put a camera on the moon and pointed it at the Earth, they'd just go, nice CGI. So what's the fucking point? Why don't we send a flat earther to the moon with a camera? No spacesuit, just,
Well, and then they'd either say that they were drugged, hypnotized, or every other flat earther would kick them out.
Hopefully they wouldn't say much.
Like them all to do is, because you can actually do a cruise that will take you to Antarctica, and you can actually ring in the new year in daylight. I'd like them to do that and then explain that on Flat Earth.
They can't explain the horizon. They're not going to be able to explain that. Right.
Yeah, they can't explain how they're alive.
So we've been doing this for an hour, and we're 5 minutes into the stream. Jesus Christ.
All right,
so much stupid.
Yeah, I can probably only stay another 45 minutes, I'm afraid.
Well, that's perfect. So I was thinking we'd do this for about 90 minutes. And then we'll carry on tomorrow because, we don't want to damage the people watching too much. I think 90 minutes is a good amount of time for the brain damage. So let's carry on.
Astronomer as opposed to a navigator, though, isn't he? I mean, he's not going to know how people use sextant to...
I don't care. It's a question
it's irrelevant.
he needs to answer.
Well, no, that's irrelevant because they use a horizontal plane in orbital mechanics. Same problem that they have in celestial navigation as well.
Can we just point out that all of these flat earthers that think they understand celestial navigation have never touched a sextant. They certainly won't go out there and use one to plot a journey, because they'd end up hundreds of miles possibly lost, depending on the journey itself.
Limey, did you hear what he said? He said orbital mechanics.
Orbital mechanics
uses a flat baseline, so therefore it's on a flat. Can someone explain to me how orbits would work if the Earth was flat? You can't orbit something that's flat.
Right. I mean, you could if you
can circle above it. That's not an orbit.
That's probably how, if they do it and it goes over and then under, that's probably how.
Well, yeah, but the problem with that is that the elephants would have to lift their legs to let the sun go past.
Yeah, that's very true. Orbits, exactly. Rotation.
Orbital mechanics. He said refracted curvature said that orbital mechanics debunks the orbital mechanics, something that is specifically designed to explain orbits of the globe. Apparently debunks the.
Yeah, and then celestial navigation, which uses the celestial sphere, as well,
and the globe, the literal radius of the Earth. But oh my god.
Yeah. We've actually got, I've only just started to scratch the surface of celestial navigation, and it's amazingly interesting. But we've got a lot of people in this community, I think, including you, that actually know how to use it.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, all of you, are globers. It's strange.
I've just become extra triggered actually because I've just noticed that Righteous Force there. His avatar is Commander Shepard from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
How the fuck dare he? How dare he?
Yeah.
Degrade Commander Shepard like that?
Yeah. I mean,
do you know that man died and was brought back to life to fight the Reapers?
At least he hasn't got the evil scarred femshep as his avatar. Because I don't know, I like playing evil femshep.
Yeah, femshep was always good
with Garrus.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's also triggered's my job. Damn it.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I am FTFE kind of. You know, I'm angry most of the time. I'm like the Hulk. You know, I'm angry all of the time.
Well, you say they use a flat plane in orbital mechanics. Pray tell, if you're suggesting that Kepler, with his orbital mechanics, has actually got a flat Earth at its heart, I mean, that's pretty exciting stuff, John. I mean, that's news to me.
Well, it's not true, because orbital mechanics is based on the orbit of the globe. You Homo habilis discovering your opposable thumb.
Well, they use a plane of reference with the apogee and perigee, all those things that, you know...
Let's start there. Stop. Apogee and perigee? Have I heard of such things? What are you speaking of?
Well, I'm not surprised you haven't heard of them, Nathan. You probably haven't heard of deodorant or clean underpants, but, you know.
Well, it's angles from a point on a plane to a celestial object.
That's not an apogee and a perigee,
What plane would that be?
No, if you imagine orbits and describe the nearest and distant positions you observe the celestial object, and then, I say, assume orbits, you can describe those two extremities as perigee and apogee of an orbit.
Can you just pause it a sec?
What the fuck did he just say?
Is it just me, or does Adam Meakin, in the way that you've changed their voices, sound so much like Bev Try Thinking?
He does.
It's scary.
I'm beginning to think that they're just voice changers.
Also, in regards to the Hulk, this is from a video I made before. It actually suits Cats really well, I think, you know?
Yeah.
That was him
Puny Schemo.
beating up Spurs Chemo.
Yeah, Puny Schemo.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so fuck. Apparently, apogee and perigee can only happen if the Earth is flat now. This is...
Yeah. Which,
Like, the thing is, right, whenever the word flat is mentioned, if they say flat in any way, they just go, oh, flat Earth! But that's not how that works.
Yeah, well, it's the same as the whole cherry picking, you know, and when they look at, like, I don't know, flight training manuals and all that stuff. The reason that they're taught imagining a sort of stationary plane and stuff like that is because it's going to vary in reality depending where you are. So for training, you basically ignore that, and then you eventually learn how to, you know, take it all into account depending exactly where you are, like flying, for example. You know, and again, they've got instruments that you know that help with all that stuff. I don't know.
The stupid is
it's like a lifetime of dumb in a single one of their episodes.
And right, so they go through these same questions every day, right? Like, do they just say the same dumb things every day, or is it new dumb things?
It's mostly, sometimes it's new dumb things, isn't it? But a lot of the time, even the new stuff goes with stuff they've already said. I think it's just become a mantra, hasn't it? It's just another way of reinforcing their misunderstanding.
Oh, and I noticed that Arwen's entered the house.
Off of a flat plane, yes.
Yeah, they're measured from a flat plane and assumed that the angles you've taken are commensurate with.
Which is funny because he never leaves
if you do
his
that,
own house.
you can describe those extremities as apogee and perigee.
And John, wouldn't all the other let's just say so-called planets also have to be everything they calculate would also have to be calculated from a flat plane at the center of them?
Well, hold up, right? So there's, oh my fucking god, they're saying that this is so dumb. This is so dumb, Limey. This is so dumb. They're saying that because the orbital plane, right? So this is the sun, right?
Ooh.
Just pulled my headset out. All right, this is the sun, and this is the Earth, and they're saying because that's on a plane, you know, technically a flat plane around the sun, therefore it's a flat Earth measurement. They're saying that the orbital plane of two spheres,
yeah,
is a flat Earth.
But you know, space is angle is subjective, right? You could look at the whole solar system that way, and you know, I don't know. Yes, it's all pretty much, you know, on a plane. That's because this is kind of how orbits work, you know.
But not all of the planets orbit on the same plane either. Oh my god!
No, exactly. I mean, it's kind of, that's why I say kind of, because there is a bit of, you know, a bit of change in
we're fucking
angles.
7 minutes into this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it a plane of reference in the mathematics.
Yeah, what about the sun? Would that have to have your sun? Would that have to have a flat plane for our measure?
Speaking of which, any evidence of the distance to the sun?
Yes, we did that. Radar measurements.
Well, that's how they get their angle primarily to begin with before they introduce a radius value.
Hold on, angle to the sun's not going to give you distance. Angle's not actual size or not actual anything because it's not.
They think they can't use angles to calculate distances.
If you're saying it's all about the angle, that's not giving me an answer to my question. 50 people watching, please share the show. Smash that share button. Shout out to Sensual Goat for smashing the super chat. Just one sec, John. We'll come back to you. It says, notorious anti-flat earther, Planner Walk, has recently come out as trans. Hopefully he will encourage...
Oh, I wonder what's going to happen here. Are they going to be nasty?
That's just... Yeah, if that's just to bring up nastiness, then that's disgusting.
Yeah, well, they're making an assumption here. Let's see.
There's to have the courage to follow their destiny. Okay, I mean, not really on topic for us, but sure. Good luck to you, Planner Walk. You're a very brave man or woman or whatever you go by now.
You know what?
I didn't bring it up.
That might be one of the nicest things I've ever heard Oakley say. Can I just bring up something as well, right? When we're talking about the sun, now, none of them in the history of Flat Earth have been able to say exactly how high up the sun is. This would not be hard to calculate on a flat Earth.
No,
you
very
just
easy.
need to know exactly when it's overhead of a friend that you know the exact distance from. You can measure the angle when it is exactly overhead, and you can actually calculate how high up the sun is. You could have many people do this from their location, and you'd work out that on a flat Earth, the sun has to be in multiple places at once.
Yeah, it would have to be. Same as Polaris. If you're, you can use trigonometry to calculate the height of Polaris, because you know that it's at 69 miles away, it's 89 degrees.
Nice.
You know, so you know, and then you can for every 6, so you can be able to calculate. And apparently, it's at different heights depending on how far away you are. Magic.
Yeah, and
Jesus
this is
Christ.
why the Eratosthenes experiment only works on a flat Earth if you only have 2 people doing it. If you have 3 or more, it you know, no longer works on flat Earth.
Yeah, right. Let's another 10 minutes to see how much nonsense we can get.
Yeah,
through.
let's try and speed through some of this.
It's so hard.
Good morning, guys.
Don't care. Couldn't care less about it. It is identifiers. No offence to you, Sensual Goat. It's not relevant to us. We're only interested in what he claims about the nature of Earth. He's a sphere believer, so that would be the only thing that we care about. I know others have got a thing about whether or not people overtly claim their sexuality in their pronouns. I don't care. Does anybody else on the panel care particularly?
Not within this subject, no. In other situations, yeah, but not within this subject.
Yeah, we've got no...
that from a year ago.
There's no real prejudice here. We don't care if you're black, white, Spanish, trans, lesbian, gay, straight. If you're talking crap about the globe, we'll point out how...
No, you'll be a dick to everyone, won't you, Nathan?
The crap you're talking is crap, regardless of what your sexuality is or your skin colour. We don't care. You know, just present evidence for your stupid nonsense that you're on a sphere, and we'll be good. And if you present nonsense in lieu of a sphere evidence, then you're going to have that taken apart. But your skin colour or your nationality or your sexuality is irrelevant to that. Literally, completely, totally irrelevant.
Even if you're a flat earther.
The proof of that is that Adam is on the panel.
Yes, we've got a black transgender lesbian on the panel right now, and nobody's got any issue with him whatsoever, have they?
Yeah, we thought. Yeah, exactly. And we accepted Anthony was also from Liverpool.
All right, get on with the stupid.
I'm a trans-female lesbian.
No need.
Yeah, especially when you're Irish. I mean, what sort of standard is that from an Irishman?
Get him, Irish.
Anyway, let's move on.
I'm a little globe-phobic, though.
Globe-phobic?
I'm globe-phobic, yeah.
So you're contradicting yourself then.
Well, is heliocentrism a protected group? Because LGBTQ are a protected group. But
literally the worst banter I have ever heard.
Yeah. And
seriously,
yes, heliocentrism is protected by science. Here's the thing, right? So if they say you need a flat baseline to be able to do celestial navigation, what happens when they're surrounded by mountains?
Yeah, exactly. You can't do it if there's mountains, apparently.
Right. Yeah.
I see Wisecoff in the chat, just wondering where you're standing on Flat Earth these days. But anyway, seriously, 1,928 shows in, and their banter is still this shit.
Globe belief isn't, as far as I'm aware.
Heliocentrism are the most protected group in the world.
Scientology, maybe, as a religion, because they're registered, but heliocentrism, how is that a protected group?
It's not. It's constantly being protected by movies.
That's not what I said. Protected group is a specific categorization for things like people at risk in small communities like LGBTQ. Well, they are categorized specifically as a protected group. Therefore, were you to attack them based on their LGBTQ nature, the punishments are more severe because of your attacking a protected group. Now, you're saying they are protected. Oh, yeah, I completely agree with that. You know, the anti-Flat Earth movement is propped up based on Flat Earth searches at the moment. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, unlike Scientology, which is a literal registered religion, heliocentrism, which is at the heart of Scientology, has none of that. What is it that makes it a officially protected group? I don't think it is. It's not classed as a religion. It can't be. If you're just saying, well, that's just how the world is, why would you... It would seem weak to register it as a protected group or a religion or something of that nature if you're trying to convey it as just the way it is. It wouldn't need it, and if you show that it does need it, well, why does it need it? Why do you need to protect this if it's just the way it is? So I don't believe it is, but maybe I'm wrong.
How are they talking about this for so long?
I would say it's the most
I know.
protected group in the world.
Like, this has nothing to do with anything, and is literally the worst fucking banter ever.
Yeah.
I agree. You're not picking up what I'm putting down. Yes, it is, in quotes, the most protected group, but in terminology...
I'm sorry. Yeah, quickly look in the chat and read the super chat from Lord Illuminous Pooh.
Lord Illuminous Pooh for $5 says, Flat Earth is a protected group. You can't discriminate against the mentally disabled. You are very, very right, Lord Luminous Pooh, 100%.
Yeah, that was great.
In terms of Western world culture and what we call a, quote, protected group, heliocentrists aren't a protected group. You're just not picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, but if they said that they were a protected group, then that takes away their validity.
Exactly.
They don't have any.
Yes.
So they have to, do you know what I mean? So they can't say they're a protected group, but they have to constantly protect them.
Precisely.
I was going to say that.
Finally, yes.
I was just going
to take away its validity.
No, even their banter is dumb.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of dumb people saying dumb things to each other and then patting themselves on the back for being dumb.
Yeah. All their chat does is it further demonstrates that they are not qualified to be talking about anything like this. They do not understand it, enough. They don't even have like basic, geometry skills. And
no, they don't think tangents exist.
That's like the smallest bit that would help to.
Oh my god, it's so hard to just listen to them.
Group without mentioning.
It's just so hard to just listen to them
out loud that they are.
Yeah,
I don't think we should have ventured into this topic because now, there's a ipso facto claim that protected groups aren't valid now.
No, there is not.
Move away from this.
Well, hold on. I don't mind getting onto that. I know it's off housekeeping, but how would anything that we just inferred suggest that a protected group doesn't warrant their protection? I don't get what you would infer.
If heliocentrism claimed a protected group, they would be it would invalidate them, right?
No.
So if you're a protected
not that
group,
we need to, of course, but it would.
No. What is he even fucking babbling about? This is the dumbest conversation ever, and they talk about flat Earth.
You're invalid.
No, I'm saying that you're subject to prejudice because you're an individual group that can be categorised as such, but you can't categorise what is considered to be reality as a group and then protect that group. There's no need, and it would weaken the position that it is just reality if you categorised it as a group that needed protection.
Does anyone in the chat know what the fuck they're on
that
about?
may or may not be required for any other individual group, in my humble opinion.
Well,
But
let me
I
put it
understand. I'm just saying that we're dancing a dangerous line for no reason. It's a red herring at best.
Agreed.
Can I point out the irony, though? Because, I mean, this is normally not on topic for us, but it was brought up. So, look how, what's his name? Planet Walk came out and said, yeah, he's a woman. Okay, that's awesome. And he gets all these Globers to back him up and say, yeah, we cheer you on, and you should be free to be who you are, and that's what's up. Okay, great. You should be free to be who you are. Okay. Here's a bunch of people who just don't think they live on a magical spinning water ball flying around in a vacuum.
That is not the same, all right, in the fucking slightest, right? So Planet Walk coming out as transgender, all right, that is reality, all right?
Yeah.
That is who Planet Walk is for themselves. You know, that is their truth. That is the reality of how this situation is. That is in no way comparable to disagreeing with the fundamental fact that the Earth is a sphere and you live on it. They're not the same.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You can't just be, well, you have to accept my truth of me thinking the Earth's flat. No, because that's fucking moronic. It's dumb.
It cannot be demonstrated in reality.
Yeah.
You know, Planet Walk can be demonstrated as trans because that's who Planet Walk is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
And
in
you know,
reality,
that is Planet Walk. You know, that is who they are.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
But the fact is, the Earth is a sphere. So you can't just go, well, you have to accept me for saying that the Earth's not a sphere. No, I don't have to accept a mentally deficient moron.
Exactly. It's not LGBTQ plus F.
No. They think that LGBTQIA plus means flat Earth. They think it should be LGBTQIAFE. No.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fucking dipshits. Oh my god, just five minutes more, guys, and then we read super chats.
Unless the FE could, I guess, include fucking Egypts.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. Burn them. Don't reproduce. Kill yourselves. I mean, you see how ridiculous that is?
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. We're not a protected group. You know, I can also shout across the street at gingers and laugh at them.
Well, gingers don't have a soul. That's different.
We provide
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Hey, Limey, what kind of train aren't gingers allowed on?
Don't know.
The soul train.
Oh,
what do
dear.
you call it if a ginger gets a phone call at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday?
I don't know.
A wrong number. My wife's ginger.
Oh,
I'm allowed.
I'll pay you later, Neil. It's in the till.
The point I would make is if we go back 3 years ago and we look at the past 3 years, now without making any talk about the subject, there was a whole lot of protection going on for stuff that wasn't scientifically valid. Now, the globe, right, although it's not science, right, all these things that they try to protect in these groups, they try to protect constantly, in a lot of ways, they come back to, with the exception of a few, they come back to a heliocentric mindset.
Dave McKeegan says that's bullshit from Oakley. He wouldn't shout at a ginger in the street. Gingers don't go outside.
King Crew says, how does a ginger high five? They clap. Oh
my god.
If you look at what
I love our community. I really do.
I do.
Being protected, a lot of it comes back to a heliocentric mindset where nothing really matters. A nihilistic type mindset where, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. If everything's a soup of nothingness.
When did the heliocentric mindset, you know, say that nothing really matters?
I know. This is so dumb.
An insignificant speck of dust whirling around in that ever-expanding soup of nothingness. Then...
Now, Nathan, you're an insignificant speck of dust. And in fact, that was me being very mean to specks of dust.
See, I think, all right, so there is a big thing, you know, I know a lot of flat earthers is because they misunderstand the Bible. And there is the whole thing where, you know, they kind of don't want the universe to exist. They want it to be a flat Earth and us be the center of everything, because otherwise they feel that we're insignificant. Here is the thing, okay? The fact that we're here, the fact that this planet managed to get to the point where it could sustain life and we evolved from it is amazing. And as long as you have a purpose, you're not insignificant, okay? The significance of your life depends on what you choose to do with it.
Yeah.
Which sadly means that all flat earthers are insignificant.
Yeah.
You know?
They literally are.
So,
they're waste of space. All right, so we've got 15 minutes into the stream, right? And we're going to stop for there for today because, you know, I mean, I know I told you before this could be hard on your heart and stuff. Are you okay, Limey?
Yeah, I feel fine. You know, there is, I don't know, there is a massive pain in my stomach and it feels like I've been stabbed through the head.
Yeah.
Strangely, I still feel smarter than a flat earther.
Yeah, I can only now see in black and white for some reason, and I smell tin. I'm not sure why.
yeah. I don't know. I can hear crying from somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird.
Well, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to come back tomorrow at 9 p.m. and we're going to continue this, and we're going to keep doing it until we've got through the stream. It's going to be hard going, but me and Limey together, I don't think we can do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, I'm gonna contact your missus and ask her to, you know, punish you for inviting me on this
I deserve
journey.
it. I've been a naughty boy. Bad FTFE.
But no, it's been a laugh, dude. It really has. It's always fun.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come on, Limey. And please, could one of my mods spam the link to Limey's channel, and could the 500 people watching do me a personal massive favor, and if you're not already, hit that subscribe button over at the Triggered Limey's channel. Absolutely incredible content creator, great guy.
Beat me to it.
Yeah, there we go. Absolutely great guy. He puts a lot of effort into his stuff. Like me, takes far too long editing.
Dude, I haven't had a video in forever. It's but what I am, may I quickly announce what I'm currently working on?
Of course you may.
So I am in honor of MC Toon, who is also another legend. I'm currently creating an MC Toon Mark Sargent video based around the Matrix bullet dodge. It's a lot of fun right now. And I
but
think
Mark Sargent's not a flat earther anymore.
Yeah, he should. Oh, he should.
Well, I'm looking forward to that because Mark Sargent dodging that challenge is quite funny. Mr. Toffee's been married for 20 months. Says Limey will be calling in sick for tomorrow night. He hasn't been at NASA long enough to acquire sick days.
If I do like a 2 or 3 hour stream, my back's ruined the next day. But I'm feeling good.
Right.
Again, I don't mind streaming laying down. Many of my streams, especially the gaming ones, I'm laying in bed on camera because my back tells me what to do.
Yeah. Well, Limey, I will let you get away, and I will finish up my stream and play my music and stuff. And thank you very much for joining me today. My apologies for the migraine that you're going to have for the rest of the night.
Yeah, no problem at all, man. Thanks for having me on.
See you tomorrow.
Take care, chat.
Bye. All right, guys, Triggered Limey, please go and subscribe. He'll be here helping me go through the painful Nathan Oakley stream. Seriously, we got 15 minutes in, and there was so much. In the first 20 seconds, there was so much dumb, and then they just repeated the dumb. It's incredible. Even their banter is dumb. How can people... 1,928. That's the number of that show. He's done nearly 2,000 shows like that. 2,000 shows, guys. 2,000 shows, right? And he thinks that this is good enough to give his audience. 2,000 shows. Oh, Peter Austin for £2 says, thank you for your efforts debunking Oakley. No worries. I kind of regret doing this. Balthazar228499 says, I'd ask Nathan Oakley if he understood what no-slip conditions are based on how often he falls on his face. I don't think he'll ever understand. He doesn't understand anything at all, ever. Jackalope Herdmaster, who's been a member for 29 fucking months, that's a long time, says Tony is an expert in seismology, but FTFE is an expert in seismology. Fight the size morphology. Fight the tight shirt. Yes, I am fighting the... Look, seriously, guys. Look, where's this come from? Yeah, that's biceps. Never had them before. I'm still at the gym 6 days a week. Arms and chest tomorrow. Looking forward to that. You'll be seeing some content about that very soon, so yeah. Dave McKeegan for £5 says, any evidence at the brain of the core of Nathan's head? Absolutely not. 100% no. Icy Spin 199 says, your evidence is the paper, FTFE. You know better. Yeah, I'm sorry. I presented the paper as scientific evidence, right? Mr. E-Man gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. You are fucking awesome. Bill Tetley for $5 says, oh Lord, forgive me, triggered from my earlier super chat. For some reason I thought Craig was chatting with the Scheitmeister himself. God no. Oakley would have to pay money to talk to me. Icy Spin 199 says, Dave McKeegan's ISS video from yesterday. Absolute banger, Dave. You are on fire, my friend. Gary Donnelly, member for 37 months. Oh, it skipped. Wow. A lot of super chats. You guys are amazing. Said 37 months you've been a member, guy. That is amazing. Thank you, Gary. 2 words out of Oakley's mouth and I was sick. Yeah, I do apologise. The title does say to bring your own sick bucket, so I did warn you. Richard Gilmon has been a member for 2 months. Thank you very much, my friend. Says, is there any Flerf engineers working in the satellite and spatial industry? Flerf engineers? In fact, Flerf's working. Miss Mandy 199 says, here to support Limey, and why wouldn't you be? Because the triggered Limey is fucking awesome. Thank you for being here, Mandy. I very much appreciate it. JSS Tiger for $5 says, cos x equals curved adjacent over hypotenuse. There's maths. Please don't scare them away. And then you actually sent that super chat twice, JSS Tiger. I don't know if you're aware of that. So if you would like to, please charge back one of those super chats, because you give me an extra $5 there and just said the same thing twice. Of course, if you want to leave it, I'll very much appreciate it. But if you didn't mean to, I'd encourage you to charge that back. Huge Arse for $7.99 Australian dollar says, you think that gem from Brian was face deskable? Brian said that Coriolis was optical. No, I don't know. That was pretty bad, dude. I mean... Oh. Eclipse Chris for £2 says, the turtle eats the sun and craps out a new one. No, the elephant lifts up its leg and the sun goes past. Lord Luminous Poo for $5 says, how dare you calling Oakley sentient poo? I am not related to him. Well, luckily, the poll just came out at... Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth. And that usually happens when talking about Oakley. Let's see how bad Google is at counting to 100 today. The grumpy old mechanic for $10 says, time the eclipse of Jupiter's moons and reverse old Romer's measurements of the speed of light. Anyone can do that and estimate the size of the solar system. Yeah, that's called maths. They run. They get scared. Lord Luminous Poo for $5 says... Oh no, read that one. John Lambert for £5 says, the elephants do lift their legs to allow the sun to pass under the flat earth. I saw it on a documentary. I think it was Hogfather. Terry Pratchett is a god. And if you don't believe me about the elephants having to lift their leg, we actually got a picture of the earth from space. See? There's the 4 great elephants standing on the back of the Great Achuan. As the sun goes round, the elephants have to lift their leg to let it past. Bill Tetley for Lord Luminous Poo for $2 says, you underestimate the amount of dumb on display. Yeah, I do that regularly. I really shouldn't. Bill Tetley, $5. Flat earthers would never be anything more than overgrown teenagers that never got past their anti-establishment conspiracy theory stage. Those are lots of big words that they wouldn't understand, Bill. Thank you. The Sun Express for $10 says, the hippity hoppity get off my property fund shall be funded. Nick N, member for 3 months, says, the angle of the dangle isn't fixed. You adjust for the heat of the meat. Also, the mass of the ass is directly related to the gravity of the cavity. This is facts. You learn that in physics. Lord Illuminous Poo, $5. The flat earth is a protected group. You can't discriminate against the mentally disabled. Tater Pants became a new member. Thank you. Welcome, you awesome possum. Dave McKeegan for £2 says, irony. Don't get tangents, yet keep going on one. Lord Luminous Poo for $2 says, does that mean Oakley came out as flat? No, Oakley came out as fucking stupid. We all know that Oakley's wife left him, and I knew that was going to happen the second I saw him in that Vice documentary, where he said he woke his wife up to tell her the earth was flat. You don't wake your wife up, dude. You don't ever do that. Unless, like, she's on fire And in that case, you just give her a couple of minutes, right? But you just don't wake your wife up. You fucking idiot. Caucasian Sensation, member for 23 months, says, rock and roll, my brother. Oakley is ground beef, but the problem is he's gone bad. Lots of love, Craig, and as always, I love your content. No, I love you, Caucasian. Brianna Johnson for £2 says, FTFE ban Dave McKeegan for not taking Flat Earth seriously. No one ever takes Flat Earth seriously. Ted LaCoca for $4.99 US says, hey, my name is Ted Ioka, not Ted LaCoca. Just saying. Also, my son is a ginger as well. Well, Ted, I'm really, really bad at pronouncing names. So I'm sorry, but you're now Ted LaCoca. David Lee, who's been a member for 40 months. Wowzers. Dude, thank you, David. It's too much stupid for me tonight. Yeah, I understand. And that was only 15 minutes of their stream. Mr. Toffee's member for 20 months says, Limey be calling in sick for tomorrow night. I fucking might be at this rate. Vikonuk, who says, for $6.99 Canadian dollars, you should ask ChatGPT, is there one question that can stop a flat earther in their tracks? It's fucking priceless. Have a cromulent day, sir. I might just get ChatGPT to do my next debate with flat earthers. Graham Price, member for 39 months. Guys, you're insane, thank you. You're a brave man, Craig. Well done. I take the bullets so you guys don't have to. Bill Tetley, $2 says, Dad dance, fight the flat shirt, you sexy beast. Whoop, whoop. Check out my moves. Tater Pants, $5 says, Oakley unusually just debunks himself. It's comedy gold, yeah. You just listen to him, and anything he says debunks himself because he's a fucking idiot. Rachie, who's been a member for 2 months, thank you, Rachie, says, show me your cute puppy, that's what we're here for. Fine, you would like to see my cute puppy. Here is Commander Riker. This is what he looks like on a day that is far too hot for him. I think my dog is broken. Look at him. Look at the gorgeous thing. How can you not love him? War Boss, member for 6 months, says, oi, I've been listening to you for 6 months now. How's your noggin feeling, lad? Dealing with all this Flerfy nonsense gotta hurt. Yeah, my brain is basically mush at this point, guys. I have to put clips in to stop it dribbling out my nose. Global Mum, who's been a member for 18 months, that's 1.5 times around the sun, says Chip Monkey is better to listen to, and his wife took his balls from the moment he woke her up to tell her about the flat earth. Global Mum spitting facts. Vikonuk for $6.99 Canadian dollars says, and hey, what happened to calling me Vic? Vic just means Viking in Icelandic. I kind of dug it. Alright, Vic, that's your name. I'm sorry. Albeus for $5 Canadian dollars says, for Commander Riker's Biscuit Fund. He says woof, thank you very much. Guys, that was a great start to the Oakley streams. I'll be continuing it tomorrow, and then Monday and Tuesday, however long it takes to get through this travesty of a live stream. Seriously, 1,928 shows, and this is what his shit looks like. Where's the effort, Oakley? Your £3,000 beast computer, and this is all you can fucking do? Shit, man. Bill Tetley for $5 says, Bork, Bork, your dog's a dork, just like your dad. Love you, Craig. Rachie says, another super chat. Yeah, I know, I read it, don't worry. Guys, thank you very much. Like always, we do need to ask the important questions around here, and I think the most important question is, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first, full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere in page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead. and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill, you're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter, you're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hard burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognise the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault and knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rit up on your mom's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you call a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Oh yes, oh yes. I don't know why I decided to punish myself and do an Oakley stream. In fact, you know what, this is your fault, guys, because I gave a poll and you chose Oakley, so you chose this punishment. Why do you hate me? Thank you everyone for watching tonight. I really appreciate the massive support that you guys always show. I think we peaked about 620 watching, which is always fantastic, especially for a non-debate stream. The super chats and members, as always, mind blown with the level of support. It's great to see people like Rachie and Wisecoff and Prosthetic Head in the chat, all ex-Flat Earthers. Yes, Rachie, we know you're an ex-Flat Earther, don't worry. And it's amazing to see the normal people there in the chat, like Lovebot, like Dave McKeegan, like Binge Thinker, like Vic, Glober Mum, RT. So many of you that are always here supporting me. I can never express how much it means. I'll be back tomorrow for more pain and suffering because, I'm watching Oakley. Remember, guys, that stupidity's not alright. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat.